What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video and to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be installing some TGL mud flaps on my F80 M3. And that is because I have already started noticing some rock chips in the paint in that area right behind both the front and the rear tires, just from, the tires just flinging rocks and road debris in that area whenever I'm driving on the road. And yeah, I've just been noticing quite a bit of rock chips developing in those areas. And I really want to do my best to preserve the finish of this paint around the entire car. So that's the spot that is receiving a lot of rock chips. Now the front, like I've said before, is already PPF'd, so I'm not really worried about the front, like the front bumper, the hood, the mirror caps, the fenders. Those are all PPF, so those already have protection. But this area down here, right behind the wheel, and then this area right here, right behind the rear wheel, there's no protection there, and that is why there's some rock chips developing. So adding mud flaps will be an easy solution to add some protection for those areas. So let me go ahead and show you guys these rock chips in these areas. So starting with the front here, let me go ahead and add some more light since you can't really see much. So as you guys can kind of see, it's really hard to tell on camera, there are some rock chips there. Now it isn't anything crazy since this car only has 19,000 miles, but there are some chips there. I don't know if you guys can tell really. There's some mostly on the side skirt here, right behind the wheel, and then some right there, not that many. And there's actually a couple that I've noticed on the front door. So yeah, I really want to prevent any more from forming on the door, and especially down here where most of the rock debris is like flung from the tire. Now taking a look at the rear here, it's kind of hard to tell because it's kind of dirty. Kind of just looks like dirt, but there are rock chips there. You can really see it right here in this area. It really just looks like dirt on camera, but in person you can tell they are rock chips. So here are the mud flaps, and as I mentioned already, they are TGL mud flaps, so they are from Tommy L Garage, which, if you don't know, is also a YouTuber, and he started making these for F80s and some other BMWs. So yeah, he hand makes these like every single order, which I think is pretty awesome. What I like about these is that they're more on the subtle side. They don't draw that much attention compared to some other mud flaps. I really don't want mud flaps that draw a lot of attention. So based off the pictures I've seen of these mud flaps on an F80, I think these will look just fine and won't draw too much attention, but they will still do their part in preventing rock chips. So it comes with 2 for the rear and then 2 for the front. And then he also provides some screws here for a complete installation that you can do yourself. And then he also provides a QR code here if you want to watch a video on how to install these. So yeah, the installation is pretty easy, thankfully. For the front, I'll just simply have to turn the wheel. I don't have to lift up the car or take the wheel off or anything. But you will have to lift up the car and take off the wheel for the rears, since there isn't enough room, but no big deal. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and put these on the car. So the front mud flaps basically just go on like this, right here, utilizing the 2 rivet holes here, the 2 bottom ones, since there's 3, there's one up here, one in the middle, and then one at the bottom here. And then I'll need to drill a 3rd hole in the plastic fender here with the provided screw. So I'll go ahead and remove these 2 bottom rivets here. You simply have to press on the centerpiece until it pops through, and then these rivets become loose. So I'm using like a very skinny screwdriver here to pop the middle piece through. Alright, so I put some lighting there so you guys can see better because it was kind of dark. So I'm basically using a flathead here to pop the rivets out. There we go. Here's the rivet. Got the bottom one. So now I'm going to go ahead and align the 2 top holes here with the holes here. And then I'll take the provided rivet and insert it into the hole. Alright, so now that I got the rivets in, I'll go ahead and lock them in place by pushing down on the centerpiece here. Now these are kind of hard to just press in with your finger, so I'm going to just gently hammer it in. So I actually kind of had to forcefully hammer those centerpieces in. For some reason they would not go in with a gentle hammer, so I had to kind of add some force, but eventually they went in, as you guys saw. So now the third hole here, if you guys can see, that is for this screw here, this smaller screw that comes with the kit. So I guess you just simply screw this in kind of forcefully and then it creates a new hole in the plastic piece here. Alright, so I got it kind of started screwing into the plastic piece. I'll use a screwdriver now. Alright, so I think it's all the way screwed in. So it looks like that is it. And we are good with this side here. As you guys can see, it is very secure. This thing is not coming off unless it's like ripped off. So yeah, very easy. I'll go ahead and do the other side now. So I just finished up doing the front two mud flaps. You can see right here, this is what they look like. So for the rear, to install the rear mud flaps, you just simply remove these two 8mm screws here, and then you use these extended screws that came with the kit. So in Tommy L Garage's installation video, he points out how this corner section of the bumper here prevents the mud flap from sitting flush against the bumper. Right now it kind of looks like it's not fitted properly. So he noted that you can cut like this piece off so that it sits more flush. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cut a small section of this off so that it sits flush against the bumper like this. Alright, so I've been driving around with these TGL mud flaps on the F80 for a few days now, and already I can see them working very well with preventing dirt and all other road debris from getting stuck to that area right behind the front wheel and the rear wheel. So taking a look here at the front, you can see how dirty it is already, and it's only been like 3 days. And then you can see the area right behind it. There's not much dirt there at all. There is some dust and some water spots since it did kind of rain a little bit, but nothing crazy. You can see up there the water drops. But usually right here, there's like a nice spread of dirt and dried on water from water being kicked up from the tires here. But as you can see, it's not there, and you can see how dirty the mud flaps are. So they are doing their job perfectly. It's kind of hard to see in between there, but it's very dirty. already. And right here, no dirt at all. Just some dust from, you know, the small dust particles getting kicked up from the road and getting stuck to the paint. But like with the front, there's also usually like a nice spread here of dried on water and dirt and all that road debris and stuff. But now there's nothing, just some dust. At first I kind of was unsure if I liked how these looked in the rear and even the front, but after, you know, just kind of having them on the car for a few days, I think these look really good. Again, like I was mentioning at the beginning, they don't really stand out too much. They're nice and subtle and they blend in with the tires since they're black. So yeah, overall, I think these turned out perfectly. You can see here on this side, the rear, and then you can see up front here, this is what it looks like from the back. Nothing crazy at all. So yeah, there really isn't that much to say about these. They're just simply mud flaps. They're doing exactly what I wanted them to do. And as far as looks, they blend right in. They don't draw much attention at all. So yeah, I am definitely satisfied with these mud flaps. I think once I add like a diffuser, some side skirts, and a front lip, they will draw even less attention since now there's some more carbon fiber pieces there. So there you guys have it, the Tommy L Garage mud flaps. A simple way to protect the paint in that area right behind your wheels from road dirt, road debris, rock chips, and all that stuff that can be flung from your tires. Now I know these are nothing exciting or crazy, and I have yet to do anything exciting or crazy as far as mods go for the F80, and that is because I'm still researching exactly what route I want to take this car. I'm still looking into what style front lip, what style side skirts, and what diffuser I want to get for this car. I'm still looking at all of the performance parts and aspects that I want to do with this car and still deciding which route I want to go. And there's a lot of stuff I still need to decide on. That is why I haven't pulled the trigger on anything yet as far as mods, really, except for the lowering springs. But as soon as I decide and I pull the trigger on getting the parts, I will definitely make a video, obviously, so stay tuned. I do have mods and more exciting things coming for this car, and if you guys have any recommendations for mods for the F80, I'm open to hearing them, so feel free to comment down below in this video if you guys have any recommendations. So yeah guys, I think that's gonna do it for this video. As usual, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe for more content like this if you liked what you saw. Also, feel free to check out inline6auto.com if you're looking for any aftermarket modifications for your BMW. I have it linked in the description. As always, I will also link these mud flaps from Tommy L Garage in the description if you guys want to check these out for yourself also. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.